Alrighty then, let's just do this. So I want to do a quick little video. I bought some impasto paint made by Prima Marketing. It's part of the Art Alchemy collection. I love the vibrancy of these colors, and you know, I'm a big primary colors girl, so I bought a collection. And somehow in my order I got two, which wasn't bad. It was one of my favorite colors. So we're just going to play around and see how this goes. I have no plan, no rhyme or reason. Just going to play for a little bit. Just want to see how this works. So I don't see my brayer, which is hilarious, but and we're live, so I can't edit it. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to look for my brayers. All right, that wasn't too bad. I had just painted not too long ago, so I had brayers. So I've got two little brayers, two big brayers, and again, no rhyme or reason. I'm gonna play with some regular white paper, some thick paper, and I got some stencils. We're just gonna play with these stencils that we just got here that are handy, and we'll see how they work. My jelly plate's kind of dirty, which it normally is, but I actually like that texture and I shouldn't have pulled it off. But let's just go ahead and play with the paint to see how this works. What I noticed already and why I paused was there's not a lot of the colors are all primary. At least the ones I brought are all primary. There's not like a lot of lights and darks. That's okay. I'm a little loopy, so if I say something crazy, just forgive me, because I had a root canal and I just took some meds. So I probably shouldn't be filming, but you know what you're gonna do, right? I wanted to play because jelly printing is relaxing for me, and so what I noticed right off the bat is it is very thick, and I'm using the big one. I like the 12 by 14. I like it because one, there's no edges, and I can go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead in here and see how this works. You saw I didn't use a lot. And what I like about jelly printing is I like the options, right? But what I don't like, and what I see a lot of, is I like color. I like vividness of color. I like brightness of color. Nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. I like brightness of color, and a lot of times, what will happen in what tends to happen. And you're probably wondering, what is she doing? I am trying to take this paint off of here. What I notice will happen is when we use the craft paint will dull after a while. I know it's cheap paint and it's low in pigment, but I like brightness of paint. I like my paints to have strong pigments. And so I'm always looking. You see, nothing came off, which is hilarious. That means that's some thick paint and nothing came off of the stencil. Okay. And it's very faint. Interesting. Very faint. Normally you get a ghost at least. But that says something to the fact that the paint is very bright. It's very thick. It's very thick paint. And because it's so thick, let's try it again. We're going to try a different color. Let's just play. We'll get some pasta. Now, what's interesting is I still see that print. I don't want to lose it, so I'm not going to put too much. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to try a thicker layer. Maybe the thicker layer will help. Maybe the thicker layer will help. Let's pull another one here. I'm going to use the one that has the shadow on there. See if we can get the shadow any better. And I got lots going on, right? That is with Gelli Printing, you've got to work fast and furious, and you got to be working on multiple pieces at one time. I see some blue over here that needs to come up, so I'm just going to take this deli paper right here, get me a blue line. You'll quickly see my technique, if that's what you can call it. If that's what you can call it. Wow, it's interesting. The impasto does not, it's beautifully vivid though. That first print is amazing. That first print is bold. But the ghost prints are okay, right? Like they're not. They're truly are ghost prints. Now, what I'm curious is, what I was trying to see if I was gonna be able to pick up any of that pink, and I did not pick up any of the pink. Well, I got a little bit, but not like you would normally pick up, which is interesting. It's there, but not there. So the impasto, as you can see, is a very thick paint, and even on here, it has some depth. It has some dimension, even, which almost like a modeling paste. Interesting. But the color, the vividness of this color is impressive. And so maybe the better way to do impasto paints might be to do impasto with something else, not necessarily just impasto by itself, impasto pure. But we're gonna keep playing so that way we can make some notes about the impasto paint, right? So our first note in learning is the color. Yes, you get the A+ on the color. But normally you get a ghost as a strong ghost. These ghosts are not very strong at all. But I see so much on here, right? So let's just go ahead and try to use a paint that we know will pick up the ghosts, right? So I'm gonna use some golden. And this is the iridescent bright. And I'm just going to put it down, and what I'm trying to do is I want to pick up that pattern that's already in there. So I don't want to rub too much. Sorry about that. Oops, let me put that back. I'm trying to see if I can pick up. That beautiful gold. Okay. So I'm going to put a new piece of paper just because I want to be able to see. Normally I would. And then I have I'm going to pick up other pieces. I'm just going to pick up the paint that's already down here to put some more color on my page. Again. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see. Look at that. The gold is beautiful on there. Okay. And we'll pick this one up. Ooh, look at that. It pulled up. Interesting. So the golden has picked up the impasto that was left over. And if you could see that, look at that. That is just so yummy. Oh my goodness, that's yummy. Like, that might be my my go-to. The impasto, because it is bright and vivid. Right, let's see how this one works. But the golden picks up the thickness. It gives it a great texture. So maybe that's how we'll learn to use impasto is, one, impasto has vivid color, and two, it has great texture. And so if you're looking for that look, maybe that's how to best use. Oh, wait till you see this. OMG, baby. Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow, look at that. Is that not the yummiest? Like, it's got the pink, pulled the pink up. You see the pink pattern, the stencil back there. You see the turquoise. I mean, that right there is a gorgeous print. I mean, it's deep, it's got depth, it's got color. That's an amazing print. So I am happy about that pull. Now, what did we learn from that, right? So we learned first pulls, impastos. The impasto paint does amazingly bright first pulls. It does average ghost pulls. But when you put a golden or a fluid on top of the impasto after you've already given it some impressions from stencils. It has texture, it has depth, it pulled both layers. I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with that. So that was good. I was a little concerned. So let's try it again. Let's try it again. We'll do red and orange. We'll do red and orange. Yeah, I know, right? We'll do red, orange. We'll do red and orange. Red, orange. Maybe black. And then the gold, right? So that's what we'll play with. We'll play with those colors. And so what did we learn? We learned that the vividness, it does vivid well. So let's do vivid. Let's try to get a vivid print. And I probably am I put a lot more paint on it this time than I did last time. Impasto paint is very thick, very thick. It's very thick. It's very thick. So we work that red in there. Very good, very good. Okay. I don't have a lot left. I'm gonna try this one, right? Get those air bubbles out of there. Get those air bubbles out of there. Okay, now impasto paint is probably fast drying, so I need to hurry up. Need to hurry up. Okay. And we're just gonna put that in there. I don't have a plan. Do not have a plan. Just kind of go with it and see what it is. I know my colors, what colors work together for me, what make me happy. So that's what we're gonna do here. And I have some red paint that I can utilize here. Let's put this red on here, and I have this ghost one here. I'm just trying to pick up the paint. Just picking up the paint. Don't like to waste my paint. Okay. Just give me some color on it. That's all right. Give me some color. That's fine. Okay, let's see how this red did here. Very pretty, very pretty. And we'll do this one too. Take this off. Yeah, not a fan of the ghost. Not a fan of the ghost print. Love that one though, right? So let's try something. I just had an idea. I liked the other one because it had 3 colors in it. So with that said, I probably should have waited till I did my second one, but I just wanted to see something real quick. One of my favorite combinations is gold and red. Gold and red. Let's put this back down. And I've got this gold here. Anybody want some gold? I think you want some gold. Pick that gold up. Yeah, always love gold and gold. I mean, can't go wrong with the gold and gold paint. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Golden paints, right? Just love it. Love it. I mean, really? Okay. So I'm a fan of impasto paints, but I'm a fan of impasto with golden, right? Because what I see is the impasto is so thick, right? Um, which is amazing because, right, so here's my first print, and the color is vibrant, very vibrant, but I wish you could feel it because it has some surface, it actually has some dimension, right? And so I did the ghost and got nothing, but when I put fluid down, it picks up the ghost, and that is so pretty. And so much depth in there. Like that's just like, that could be framed itself. That is just gorgeous. Okay, so we're gonna keep playing, but I just wanted to show you impasto paints. So my verdict is they've got great colors. Let's see what else we can do. We did stencils, we tried impasto paint with stencils. We did red, let's try orange. We'll try orange. I was gonna move on, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try. We tried stencils, right? So let us see what we can do with art foamies. What do you think? Because what we learned about the stencils was it's dimensional. It does good with dimension. Now art foamies leave impressions. So let's see what it does. Let's see. And I'm gonna take the one that, like, I don't want to mess up my golden red one because it is so pretty. Right? Like that becomes a challenge with, excuse my reach, I'm gonna go over here. I got some new art foamies. Huge fan of art foamies, and I got some new ones. I got the sunshine one, I think that's what it's called. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make an impression. You see I do patterns, right? Big on the pattern. Okay. And then I'm going to take this long one that I just got. Okay. Let's just put this down. I don't even know if you can see all that. I want the long one. Oops. Okay, I'm going to take this one, put that in there. Now, I have to remember that it's impasto paint, and so it doesn't have a long life. I'm pretty sure the life is not too long because it's such a thick paint, it probably dries very fast. Okay, so I wanted to take this one. And I have this other ghost one that's average. We'll just go ahead and put that on there. Okay, we're gonna see how it all works. Here we're gonna get some pressure. We've been live for 18 minutes, which is not a long time. But we'll just see how this is gonna go here. Put it all in there like that. It picked it up. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't get to see it, huh? Okay, so see the little impression? But let's see what it did on their big one. I wonder if this is is it too much light? Because I could have checked it earlier. Let's see. Might be too much light. Okay, sorry about that. And let's see how it goes. Ready? Wait till you see this. Ooh-wee. Oh, wow. Okay, again, the impasto paint, because it's so thick, it has so much dimension, it does a great job picking up the imprints. Wow, that's gorgeous. Picking up the imprints. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. Now, I think, the verdict was really just an assessment. We wanted to assess how well these impasto paints work. And again, I probably said this 3 times, but my point is I want to make sure that the point is clear. Impasto paints are good paints. They're thick and they're heavy. They have dimension. So they're great for vividness. I mean, the vividness of this orange is amazing. Normally you get like kind of this dull orange that comes out, but this is so bright and vivid. So if you're going for bright and vivid, impastos are a great paint. But they are not a good ghost print. They give you an amazing first pool. They give you an average second pool, right? But they give you an incredible and the most amazing ghost pool if you use a golden or a fluid on top of the impasto, because then it picks up all of the ghost prints. And I think if nothing else, this technique here alone is worth the impasto paint. I have yet to see this happen with any other paint. I mean, I'm sure my other heavy body would do the same thing, but I haven't yet to see that. And so I'm impressed here, and I will remember that this is a ghost print, right? So it's not my first print. These are both secondary prints using with the fluid to pick up the ghost. And maybe it's not really a ghost, maybe it's a lift. But whatever it is, this right here is gorgeous. And so I'm a big fan. We also tried the impasto with the art foamies, and it left great impressions. The red is so vibrant that you can't even see the red. I mean, you can see the imprint, it gave like a shadow, but the orange is interesting that the orange is more powerful than the red, which normally never happens. So these are some of the pools we did in a quick 20 minutes. We'll keep playing. As you see, I like to leave little swatches of color, and we just keep adding on to it. But I wanted to bring you a little quick test with the impasto paints. Big fan so far. Art foamies, they work with stencils. They're so far so good. And if you like this and you want to see me play with other options, other mediums, I think I'm just going to do a couple little testers with different options, just so you can see the differences that different products provide. Because I know I have a lot of products, and it's good to know what does what and what doesn't work, right? Like, had we not had this fluid, somebody might have said not so much on the impasto, but the fluid, the gold in the fluid gold was amazing. So anyway, without further ado, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to, my medicine is starting to kick in, so I'm feeling a little loopy. So I will probably play for a little bit more with some other paints, but I just want to bring you this. If you like what you see, you want to see some more uses of different types of products, and would love to know what you'd like to see. I probably have it, because since I probably have just about all the supplies in the world. But if you want to see something else, just ask me, and say, hey Rachel, can you try out, can you show us how, I have a question about how, I don't know, Martha Stewart paint works, or if you can use, I just bought some paper RC. But anyway, if you're interested in those, just like and subscribe and let me know. Look forward to talking to you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Of course, you gotta know how to turn this off, right? Mine's a low battery. We'll just take a close-up of it. Isn't that pretty? It's beautiful, right? Let's get some close-up of the print so you can see. I mean, how vivid is that? Is that not the greatest? Look at the depth and texture in there. And that's just gorgeous. That's a first pool. This is a first pool. I can't do justice on how rich it is. This was a ghost, and I wasn't very impressed with it, but the line is cute, right? Like, if I had already had a background on this and then I did a ghost, I wouldn't be upset with it, because it was kind of like an outline. This one was a ghost pool. It was a primary. Yeah, it was a primary. The red one was a primary. And then I did the impressions within. It's very nice. I wish you could see the thickness though. It has some dimension. But my favorites, again, were these. Oh, look at that. Like, really? That in itself is amazing. Look at that. Like, who does that? And then this is the other one it's just gorgeous. As I say to Sissy, gorgeousness. That is a good print. Alrighty. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.